What's up YouTube, JamieTheKid00 here, coming to you with my third installment of my Inzektor deck profile. I've been working around with the deck like every day since I've started building it, and I've decided to change it yet again because I really couldn't decide between the Tour Guide engine and the Armageddon engine, so I kind of reworked the deck to try and run both. And this is also an excuse for me to try out the camera for actually doing a deck profile because I've only got it for a couple more days. So this is going to be just, I'm looking for criticism, I'm looking for you guys' opinions on what I can change, what to take out, what to put in, play styles, anything you guys want to tell me about the deck, just put it in the comment box. Either way, I'm going to get straight into the profile, as I do, and just explain it all. As per usual, sorry if there's any glare or anything, guys. I tried for like ages to sort out the lighting, but I just couldn't, so you're going to have to deal with it, I'm afraid. Of course, this deck runs the Inzektor engine, so 3 Dragonfly, 3 Centipede. Those of you who've already watched my videos know that I only have 2 Centipedes, so 2 Hornets, so I'm kind of trying to make up for it with this build. It works pretty well with the 2 Hornets, it's just getting to the Hornet which is the trick. So that's why I have to run the 2 engines. I'm looking for a third one, so if anyone in the UK has one for trade, please get a hold of me. I'll just get the Inzektor out of the way. I took out Mantis because I don't know, I didn't like Mantis. Or Weevil. I mean, I did the OTK, which I'm going to put up in a new video, but just didn't like it enough. Then, as I said before, I run the Tour Guide engine with the compulsory bus and Sangan. The Sangan is awesome for searching out your Hornet, well, searching out my Hornets because I've only got the 2. Tour Bus really helps modify the dark content for Dark Arm Dragon, and it's just an easy access to all your Exceeders, which you keep in your extra, which is just great fun. Just checking the positioning again. Onto the other engine. I run the 2 Mystic Tomatoes and the Armageddon Knight. This is kind of to help me get to the Hornet more, or just to get to any darks that I need. This is also kind of 2 darks towards your Dark Arm Dragon count, which you're always going to be working towards and always trying to modulate around, just so that if you do draw into it early or late game, it's always going to be live. So I run that as another engine just to help me get into the Hornets, the Dragon plays, just loads of combos that I can set up off of that. I made a read on my locals meta and changed the Thunder Kings out for Cyber Dragons because I needed beaters in a pinch, and literally everyone who's going to make it to round 2 in my locals constantly plays Zen mains. So I made a read to put 2 of these in the main and put a Chimera Tech in my extra main. So just so that I can get rid of those Zen mains because I really don't like them, because Inzektors have an average of taking out 2 monsters. So 2 cards, they can't deal with the 3rd card off of the Zen mains. So Cyber Dragon really clears up that problem on like 0 cost, so it's really awesome. The other 2 lights I run for my BLS engine are 2 Veilers. I'd probably side a 3rd in hindsight, but my 3rd one is on loan at the moment, so 2 it is. And then I run the 1 Birdman still, but Birdman isn't as useful. It's more in there for Underground Arachnid plays, and just if I should need it, because it is searchable by Sangan, and it's almost always live as long as you have the Inzektor set up. If you have the Dragonfly and the Hornet engraved, he's almost always live. That's why I only play 1. The boss monsters and kind of well, you've seen the hand traps are Gauze, if you're still in shot, yeah he is. Gauze, Dark Arm Dragon and BLS. Literally nothing I can say about those cards. They're just compulsory in a deck like this, that if you can run Dark Arm Dragon, you've got to run it because it's another win condition that's incredibly easy to work with. BLS, because I have such search ability, so much ability to get those Veilers and send them to the graveyard, because Veilers are really useful against Inzektors and things like that. So BLS is just always live, and Gauze is just an awesome game win card. It really changes things around. However, against Inzektors, I really don't like using this, and I often side him out. Because main phase 2, they'll often have the capacity to pop him, but we'll see how he performs in the tournament tomorrow. Onto the spell lineup, I run the compulsory Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm. The book, I took out Mind Control because it just wasn't working for me, I didn't like it, so Mind Control had to go. I run 2 MSTs, I side the 3rd, these are just really helpful for getting your combos off the ground. Foolish Burial, it's kind of the pseudo Hornet for me, this is my 3rd Hornet if you know what I mean. It's just really useful for getting plays set up and modulating the grave. Allure of Darkness, just because it's Allure of Darkness. This is the draw power section. Allure of Darkness, the 2 dualities, because duality is awesome. And a Pot of Avarice, just because if you go over your 3 card count, you're in Avarice territory, so you can at least recycle the grave and then try and rebuild your Dark Arm Dragon play. Trap lineup, I'm testing a Call of the Haunted. A lot of people have said Call of the Haunted is really useful. So I'm testing out to see how it goes, so we'll see after the tournament. Probably do some more playtesting tonight. Otherwise, I'm running the 2 warnings, the solemn, and the torrential, if it's still in camera. Yeah, because these are just absolutely awesome cards. Torrential is just nuts, and no one really sees it coming. And the solemn cards, I like them. I've considered compulses, but I still really love what warning does for the deck. The fact that it cuts out all the priority and things like that. Anyway, onto the extra deck. I run 1 Exabile simply as an option, because I don't get into it that much, but when I can get into it, it's absolutely awesome. So it's just a really useful card to have. I play the 1 Zen main still. I only have the 1 Zen mains. It's just really awesome to have in a pinch. It's not good, of course, for the offensive power. It is just really good for saving your life. And having Tour Guide really gets you into this really easily for free in a tight spot. Like top decking the Tour Guide when you're on, when you've got a monster staring you down. This will save you. I play the 1 Leviathan Dragon because Leviathan Dragon is just really useful for beating over things, and this thing kills Rabbit dead because they have to go into Utopia and mirror it out just to get rid of it. Then you can set up next turn with another one, say, whatever. It's just absolutely awesome against Rabbit. I play the 2 Leviair because in the mirror match and just in general, if someone chain disappearances your dragonflies or you do the same to your opponent in the mirror, these things become absolutely amazing because you can go Tour Guide, Leviair, get a dragonfly, do the whole centipede hornet loop, get another Leviair, get another dragonfly, do the hornet loop again, and go into, say, Zen mains or something like that. And it's just an absolute game-winning card. This is awesome. I did that in my last locals, which won me the semi-finals, top 4. So it was absolutely awesome. The next card I'm trying is Grenosaurus because a lot of the time I have actually found myself with access to a rank 3, but I just cannot make that last 1,000 life points to finish my opponent. So I'm testing this at the moment. It's kind of the wild card that people won't really see coming, so we'll see what happens with that. I'm still running the 1 Giga Brilliant because it gives me access to a light off of my Tour Guides, instantly setting me up for BLS play, so it's just absolute dynamite. Love this card. And finally, I run the 1 Utopia as an option. Now I do actually run the rank 4s, but the level 4s, but I would always run the 1 Utopia simply because it gave me the option off of the Mind Control, off of the Monster Reborn, just to get into that rank 4 and use my opponent's monsters to my advantage. But that was my Xyz camp. For the Synchros, I'm running 1 level 5 in Catastor. I took out the Librarian. I'm running 1 Brionac and 1 Underground Arachnid as my my level 6s, still in Xyz mode. This is absolutely awesome now with Birdman and Inzektor plays because this lets you steal literally anything. It's an out to absolutely any monster that's still face up, except for maybe Rabbit if Largier still has like live material. But it's absolutely awesome card. I'm waiting for my secret one coming through because I can't play the super. I'm playing 1 level 7 in the form of Black Rose just as an emergency card because I don't make level 7s that often. Same goes for level 8s. I run 1 Stardust Dragon just for going into off of like Birdman, Cyber Dragon, just in the event I need it. I might change this out for a scrap, but I'm not sure. Otherwise, I run the 1 Trishula, the 1 Mistworm, which is standing in for a Locomotion Argenix because I understand how amazing Locomotion Argenix is. So this has definitely got to be run. And finally, I'm running 1 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. I've realised that I may not have edited the extra deck recently, so this might be 16 cards, so forgive me if it is, don't troll me, I'll take something out later on. But this is absolutely awesome with the Cyber Dragons in main. It gets rid of Zen mains, which almost every pro player has at the moment. Every high deck, decent deck is playing this card, so it's absolutely awesome to have. That's it for the extra. Quickly onto the side. I'm running the 1 Tiger Wangu as my wild card for the mirror. It's absolutely awesome in the mirror as long as you play your cards right. As long as you avoid your Tour Guide plays and your Dragonfly plays. While you have this out, you can lock your opponent out from doing the Dragonfly plays. So at least then they'll have to waste a Centipede to get rid of it. And then you're able to set up in response next turn when you know that they're moving. So this is a really awesome card. I run the 1 Maxi. It got sided because in the meta at my locals really Maxi doesn't hit it enough, so I'd rather side it because I've been 1-for-1ing too much with it. It's been dead in hand too much, so just having it sided is much more helpful. I run 2 Crows for the mirror match for plants, all sorts of things like that. Again, it was a read on the meta, but DD Crow is just awesome to have still. I run the 3rd MST that I told you guys about before because I hate Shadow Imprisoning and I hate Necro Valley. I run the 3 D-Fissures because this kills plants, kills wind-ups, kills some Inzektor builds, but this is just an absolutely awesome card to have. I would never unside it. I love D-Fissure in this deck just because you can abuse it so much. I definitely side out my Armageddon Tomato Foolish engine if I did put that in. For wrecking, mirror match, and plants, and absolutely anything in the meta at the moment, to be honest. 3-chain disappearance is like a compulsory side for me at the moment, because it's absolutely amazing. Absolutely wrecks things, and then I can go into go and start abusing it with Tour Guide and Levier. So this is absolutely awesome play. It's just, you got to run 3 of these at the moment. Finally, I run 3 Royal Decrees as kind of as a thing against the Rogue, but also this really shuts down Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, and that's the same reason I run the Dust Tornado, simply because it closes